Hello, and welcome to the Scooby Zone, the podcast where we're gonna need a bigger mouth as we watch a bit of Scooby-Doo media. I'm Rob,
And I'm Katie.
and today we will be watching Scoobynatural,
Scoobynatural.
episode 280 of Supernatural.
Yep.
Not Scooby-Doo.
Not Scooby-Doo, but it is within the likes of Scooby-Doo, but it's a little different take on it, so we're very excited to
Yes.
show this to you guys. It's definitely different, but it's Scooby-Doo
Yes.
for adults.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
Yeah, last week we watched A Night of Fright is No Delight, episode 16 of the original Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? And back in 2018, the 16th episode
Definitely
of the
16th.
13th season of Supernatural
Right?
was a self-contained crossover
Yep.
with that particular episode of Scooby-Doo.
Right.
So we figured we just covered
Why
the
not?
Scooby-Doo episode.
Yep.
We'll cover the Supernatural episode right away.
Right, let's do it. This could be fun.
And this is going to be very interesting.
Oh, it is definitely very
because you
Me?
have a long history with Supernatural
God,
as a series.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
And me, this is essentially the only episode that I've ever seen.
Of course it is.
So
no pun intended on that one.
So it's going to be, I think it's going to be a nice back and forth between the two of us for this episode.
I definitely think so. Yep.
Obviously, there's going to be jokes you will understand more than I will.
Yes, there will be.
Because when I first saw this episode a couple years back,
right,
all I knew in terms of Supernatural was just what I believe would be picked up through pop culture osmosis,
Yep.
I know Sam and Dean.
Yep.
I know Dean's obsession with the Impala.
Oh, yes. Baby. Baby.
And something about this song, Carry On My Wayward Son by Kansas.
Oh, yes. That is actually for the end of, pretty much the end of, like, the last episode of every season. The intro is, like, it's a summarization of the whole season as a whole, but with Carry On My Wayward Son as the song playing with it. So that is what that song technically means. Okay. So very, very popular song within the Supernatural culture. So
yes. So as you can see, I went into this particular episode knowing
very little.
Practically nothing.
Well, give you a little props, but very little. But okay.
I mean, I knew the two main characters.
Right.
And, one of them loves their car, which is a 69 Impala.
67 Chevy Impala. It's a 67.
Okay, so I got the year wrong. Either way, I knew it was a Chevy Impala.
Well, there you go. You might make Dean very unhappy you saying it's a 69. It's supposed to be a 67.
Well, I'm not a ghost, so I have nothing to worry about.
But does a ghost know that? Oh, man.
Although he did voice Red Hood in the direct-to-video movie Batman Under the Red Hood, and yeah, it's a pretty violent member of the Bat family.
Yeah, most definitely.
I guess I'm gonna have to skip town now.
You might have to skip town.
Wait, no, the Red Hood would still track me.
Damn, you can't get away. Oh, shucky darns, you can't get away now.
Well.
Zooks. Oh, man.
Anyways,
oh boy.
This is going to be a fun time.
This will definitely be a fun time. A lot longer than the regular run times of the previous episodes that we've been recording for you guys. This episode
will be
around like 45.
A lot longer than the 22 minutes we're used to watching.
Yes, it'll be like watching 2 episodes at a time, which we never do that. So this will definitely be an interesting take for us and to see how we go through moving on and everything.
Right. I think before we get into watching the episode, want to touch up on, like we did at the start with What a Night for a Night.
Yep.
We went over the voice cast of Scooby-Doo.
Yep.
While the episode that is involved with this episode is taking place on stuff we've already covered, it's not the same voice cast.
Almost. Well, it's almost the same voice. I mean, there are some.
It's like 1/4 of the.
Yeah. Right. But I mean, there still are some that are in, but.
No. So, gonna go over just a quick run through. We still have Frank Welker as the voice of Fred.
Right. And
he is now 100% taken over the role of Scooby.
Yep. Definitely.
After Scott Ines voicely briefed Scooby for some projects.
Right.
After Don Messick's passing away.
Right. Yep.
We've got Gray Griffin as the voice of Daphne, who has essentially been the voice of Daphne since, I want to say 2001 with Scooby-Doo and the Cyber Chase.
Yeah, that sounds about right there.
She's gotten to work with all of the best Scooby-Doo voice cast through her time. We've got Matthew Lillard reprising the role of Shaggy from his stint as Shaggy in the live-action theatrical films and taking over the role for Casey Kasem in the early 2010s with Scooby-Doo Mystery Incorporated. And finishing off the cast of the Scooby Gang, we've got Kate Micucci as the voice of Velma, who I think she started voicing Velma in 2015, maybe 2014.
I don't know.
I know it was with a direct-to-video movie.
Right.
And her first main series as Velma was Be Cool, Scooby-Doo.
Right.
And while I don't think she's terrible as the voice of Velma, she does feel like she's probably the weakest of the cast members.
I agree with that one.
Part of it is, the rest of them had been voicing them for years at this point.
Yep.
Really have those character mannerisms down. But I also think Velma as a character in these later years has been very difficult to get the writing down for.
It is definitely difficult.
She's either written to be too know-it-all-y.
Yes, that is definitely true.
Or there is more of a focus on the Shag and Scoob antics going on.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, she becomes like jealous or whatever. That's like really weird. I'm like, I don't understand any of that.
And some of that writing goes back to even like when Mindy Cohn was still voicing Velma.
Yeah.
I think a lot of it is the writing.
Yeah,
and an actor can only do so much with what they're given.
Right, she can. Yeah. Yep.
But we will, we can table that discussion and ranking of her performance on a later date for when we get to the series where she's more around.
Right.
And then on the Supernatural end, I don't know the actors' names.
What, you mean like the actors from the show?
Yeah, who voiced their respective characters for the animated segments.
Okay. All right. I got this one then. We'll do this.
Good, because you're the expert.
I am the expert. In Supernatural, I am the expert. All right. So, of course, we have the main characters. We have Jensen Ackles playing the role of Dean Winchester. And then we have Jared Padalecki, who voices Sam Winchester. And then we have Misha Collins, who voices Castiel.
Who's Castiel?
He's an angel of the Lord.
Okay. See, I don't know these things. I'm new to this.
Well, lucky you have me to be your guide.
Yes, and
right.
We'll be able to talk more on my thoughts and feelings on the episode after we go ahead and watch it.
Right.
Because I think you'll be interested on hearing my thoughts and feelings.
Okay.
Due to the fact that, I myself would say I'm completely outside of this fan base right here. It's like, I've seen this episode because obviously by its title, Scoobynatural, it involves Scooby-Doo.
Right.
I'm a huge Scooby fan. So obviously, I watched it for that end.
Right.
So yeah, I think it'll be interesting afterwards, giving my take on my
Right.
thoughts
Yep.
and how I think this does as a potential episode of bringing people into this.
Franchise.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which you will then be able to either confirm or tell me I'm an idiot.
Tell you, you're an idiot.
No, you're supposed to tell me that after
I
we
know.
watch it.
Well, let's wait and see.
So we're gonna go ahead and watch this episode.
Awesome.
Uh, you guys should be able to.
Should be able to watch the episode.
Yes, the entire series of Supernatural I know is available on physical media.
Oh, yes.
It's expensive.
Depending on how you buy it, it could be expensive. Yes, like you said, it's on physical media. It's also on Prime Video and Peacock. Those are the two.
Oh, it is on Peacock now?
It is on it was on released both of them at the same time.
Okay.
So those are the two. If you have those streaming platforms, you can definitely watch it and find that episode and watch it with us.
Okay.
So
yeah,
that
it
would
was
definitely work.
I didn't know it was brought on to. I knew that it had left Netflix.
Yes, it left Netflix.
But yeah, I didn't know that it is already on Peacock. So
right. Well, I mean, honestly, I'm surprised it didn't go to HBO Max because that's Warner Brothers. I don't know why.
Yeah,
that's where I was a little surprised that because they have more freedom with that because it's Warner Brothers versus, Prime. Well, I know Prime you could buy it off of back then before they put it on there, but I watched it on TV when it first came out. I watched it on TNT after it was done. It's just reruns. They do a loop through all the seasons, and then when the season's done, it would loop right back to season 1. So you got a refresher, and I think that's where we'll leave it.
Yeah, and I will say this, that if you have the means to watch this on physical media, that from my understanding, that is the best way to watch it.
Yes, it's definitely the best way to watch it.
Because from what you have told me, what my coworker Matt has mentioned to me, that on the streaming platforms, certain song changes are altered. Which I can understand because, when you have to license music
they might not have gotten a license.
Streaming affects how that license works.
Right. Yep, that's kind of what I thought too, was that they didn't have the license or couldn't get the license, so they had to change it. Honestly, that kind of ruins the experience of the episode because you need the music you need is the one that was when it aired on TV or on TNT. They still had it right on TNT. So that ruins it when it doesn't have that song with it. I mean, honestly, it ruins it. I mean, it messes up the whole part of the episode. You need that music with the episode.
Yep.
So.
Gotta love how all that licensing work goes and.
Oh, I know. You gotta love that, huh?
And how all those contracts get written up, because I'm pretty positive that that's one of the reasons why we never got something like the Scooby-Doo project on physical media, is because of how the contracts for the actor's voice work was handled.
Right. Yeah, I definitely agree on that one.
But we're gonna go search for some clues watching the episode, and we will be right back. And we're back. That was Scoobynatural.
Yep, definitely was.
And boy, that episode is a trip.
It definitely
But in a good way. It's a good trip.
It has to be a good way. Yep.
It's amazing that they were able to take a show that's live action primarily.
Right.
And then you'd be the better judge on this, but I think it was adapted well into the cartoon format.
I think it was pretty well adapted into it, like with the characters, the Scooby Gang, but then also throwing a new twist and putting the boys in there. I think they did really well in putting them together. I think it's a pretty good, a different look at the original episode, different, like you said, different cartoon animation, but also a different look more into the supernatural side of it. So
yeah, and I think just having the Winchesters and Castiel there,
Yep.
changing up
Yeah.
the group dynamics.
It definitely did. In more ways
Made
than one.
it a refreshing change of pace.
Yep.
I think that's why, the new Scooby movies in the 70s with, all the guest stars there worked so well. Is like they had more characters, more or less, for the rest of the game to play off of, mix up the groups. But before we go too much further, why don't we go ahead, take this from the top?
Yep, we'll take it from the top.
This is either going to be a very short, condensed play-by-play, or it's going to be very long drawn out.
It could be long drawn out.
It could go either way.
We'll see how it goes here when we first start off.
So we open up with Dean fighting a dinosaur.
That is the weirdest thing. A stuffed dinosaur.
Yes, a stuffed dinosaur.
Dinosaur.
He's fighting the dinosaur. Eventually, gets to a point where he pours some holy oil on it. They light it on fire.
Light it on fire. Yep.
And then poof, raining stuffing.
Raining stuffing. Yep.
They're in a pawn shop, and the owner of the pawn shop, says that, they could have anything they want as a reward.
Yep.
While the pawn shop's business neighbor, Jay, shows up to, see what the commotion was or whatnot.
Yep.
Sam mentions to Dean how something doesn't sit right. Maybe they should do some more investigating.
Yep.
When Jay just kind of suddenly appears.
Suddenly appears out of nowhere.
Kind of creepily.
Yes, definitely.
Because that's not suspicious at all.
No, it's definitely not.
I don't know if that's standard and a supernatural thing, but...
Yeah, kind of a some for them to just pop up, but he's human. He's not a demon. Technically, demons pop up like that. Okay. That's really not a human thing, but,
So, he asks, if there's anything,
that they want.
Yeah.
Anything they want in his pawn shop. Right. Anything at all.
So, they take a nice big TV.
Yep.
And they take it back to the place that they're
They're in the bunker.
Yes.
That is where they are, and the TV is put in the Dean Cave.
Okay.
Because he makes up the Dean Cave in an earlier episode.
Not the Fortress of Deanitude?
No, it's called the Dean Cave.
Okay. They get the TV all hooked up, and all of a sudden there's some flashing purple lights.
Yeah, that's weird.
And, next thing you know is they're inside the TV as cartoon characters.
That is really weird. I never would have thought it would have gone that far and actually be put into a cartoon.
Yes.
It's just so weird.
Yeah.
I mean, they're surprised at the idea that they're in a cartoon. I mean, they never would have expected that.
To the point where I don't remember which one of them is freaking out. Is it Sam? One of them's freaking out, and then the other one slaps him in the face, and it leaves a handprint.
Dean slaps Sam.
Okay.
There's a big handprint on his face, side of his face.
That's how you know you're in a cartoon.
Yep. Most definitely.
And conveniently, especially as we'll find out later, the Impala is with them.
Well, of course it would be. Why wouldn't it be there with them? That would make sense.
Because the car wasn't in the Dean Cave with them.
No, but like you said, the keys were in his pocket, so maybe that makes that move with them too. I mean, I don't know how that works, but apparently maybe it's Scooby logic. It doesn't have to make sense.
But this is we're in supernatural logic.
Well, I know.
I don't know how well that's supposed to make sense.
It's Scoobynatural logic. Well, that's what it is.
Okay. They drive to a malt shop.
Yep.
When Dean notices the nice microvan they are parked next to with its green and blue paint job with its orange flowers.
Gee, I wonder what that could be.
Yeah.
Never heard of this microvan before. What are we talking about?
They go inside the malt shop and, quick pan over the scenery and,
Yep.
you know, you see the Scooby gang dancing by the jukebox while
Yep.
Scooby's at the booth drinking milkshakes.
Milkshakes, yep.
And, yep, they are in Scooby-Doo.
They're not just in any cartoon. They're in Scooby-Doo.
Yeah. You know, the one cartoon with a talking dog.
Yep.
Not a talking dog.
But
the
talking
talking dog. You know, they're role models.
They definitely are role models.
You know?
Except for Fred. He's a little.
Yeah,
he's
Fred's
weird.
a wad.
He's a wad. Yep. What do you have against Fred?
Oh, the stupid ascot.
Right? What are we talking
His
about?
can-do attitude. He's a wad.
He's a wad. Yep.
Daphne's just settling for him.
Of course.
I mean, anybody could tell you that.
Yeah. She can apparently do way better.
You know, they ask them after the Scooby gang is sitting at the booth Scooby's at if they can join them. That it looks like they're celebrating something.
Whatever could that be?
Well, it turns out that Scooby saved a guy from drowning in a fish pond.
In a fish pond.
And he's being honored in his will.
Yep.
Because the guy did die.
Of cancer.
Yes, from cancer.
So we apparently have added something new that we didn't know was an option.
You know,
we didn't know how he died.
Yeah, they have to go to the mansion for the will reading, which means road food, which equals giant sandwiches.
Look how big someone's mouth is.
Yeah, Shaggy and Scooby make their big sandwiches, and Dean goes ahead and joins them.
He makes a big sandwich.
I'm assuming there's probably a running joke in the series of Dean liking to eat food.
Yep, he loves to eat food. All the diners, all that stuff. Maybe it came from the malt shop. Maybe his love came from that from the show, which he says he watched it a lot as a kid. You know, maybe that's where he got his love for diner food. You know, I mean, greasy food, whatnot.
So, they get in their vehicles to drive to the mansion.
Yeah.
And
hence the word drive. We're driving to the mansion, which before we were on a boat to the mansion. So how does that? They must have
it is
something. Well, they probably had to do it with Baby because Baby was on this. They must have had to do something with that.
It is,
but
like some of the differences, like between this episode and the original Night of Fright is No Delight is in the original episode from 1969.
Right.
The mansion was on a island that was just a hill with a house on it. So they had to take a boat. Here, it's not on an island. There's no water. It's a hill just off a creepy road, I guess.
Pretty much something like that. Yeah, that sounds about right.
But, we've got the Mystery Machine and the Impala at a stoplight right next to each other. Which means Drag Race.
It definitely does.
Now, a 67 Impala. Versus a 60s micro van. We've got van versus muscle car.
Yeah. Yep.
So if you think the Mystery Machine wins this, like, you guys must be some sort of, like, car experts or something.
You must have seen this episode previously before we watched this.
Because for somehow the aerodynamic perfectness of the Impala loses to a van.
Well, you saw... It was sabotage. You saw Dean and Sam get smoked out by the microvan. They couldn't see what they were doing. So they were blinded while they couldn't even race. So it's sabotage, I tell you.
It's because Fred is a wad.
It is because Fred is a wad. It's sabotage, all right?
But as they start driving off, we see a mysterious figure.
Mystery guest number 1. I wonder who it could be.
Yes.
With that lovely trench coat. Baby in a trench coat. You Supernatural fans will know what I'm talking about. Baby in a trench coat.
We go to the mansion where the will reading is being done, where it was, again, read aloud through a record.
Again, classic vinyl.
Yes. Same stipulations as in the original episode.
Right.
The 5 people are set to inherit,
fortune.
Yep, $1 million.
$1 million fortune.
Divided equally. They have to stay the night in a haunted house. Whoever leaves.
Haunted.
Yes. Yes, the place is haunted.
Oh no. How is that possible?
Ghosts.
What does a ghost do then?
Whoever leaves loses their share of the fortune.
Or dies, whichever one
Yes.
comes first, or captured, however you want to say
Right.
it. Kidnaps?
Yes.
Rognapped?
And so Sam questions the legality
Of course.
of
Well, why
such a
wouldn't he? That's how
stipulation.
Sam is. He will do that in a heartbeat.
And yeah, actually, I'm kind of curious of the legality of doing something like this. That may
Nowadays?
throw a wrench in the plans of, giving somebody $1 million of Monopoly money
Right?
in my
Yeah,
will.
that too. I mean, it isn't actual money, so technically it might be considered okay since they're not getting
Yes.
paid, technically.
They all, go off to separate rooms. It's 10 o'clock. It's time to turn in.
Apparently, somehow.
Dean wants to room with Daphne, but
Of course.
Daphne shuts him down. Boys and girls don't share rooms.
Well, no, it's this late 60s. They don't share a room.
Yeah. So, Fred tells him that he can bunk with him, Slugger.
Oh, God.
Ah,
They all
yeah.
share the same room. That's gotta be a really big room if they
Yeah.
all share the same room. And it
Yep.
wasn't that big in the actual.
Yeah, we see Sam in, nice pajamas.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
When Dean comes in a sleeping robe, which is like being wrapped in a hug.
It is like being wrapped in a hug, apparently.
We get kind of a short bit in Daphne and Velma's room.
Yep.
Where we get a hint of Velma kind of crushing on Sam.
Yep. Those shoulders, remember? Those shoulders.
I don't know how necessary that particular scene really was at that moment.
I don't know how necessary, I guess.
But we got it.
Yep, we definitely did.
We then go to Cousin Simple's room.
Mm-hmm.
When the Phantom Shadow shows up, but unlike in the original episode, this time it has a knife.
Mm-hmm.
And when Dean mentions to Sam how soon, they'll find Cousin Simple and,
they won't find him. He'll be missing.
Right, he'll be
missing.
Well, they get the scream. They go to Cousin Simple's room. And this time, instead of a missing body, there's a dead body, with blood.
With blood. Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, things are
definitely different in this episode.
Yeah, they're a bit more real this time.
A bit more real, yep. Definitely a supernatural twist to the episode.
Yeah.
So,
the Scooby Gang are then talking in the living room area, parlor.
Whatever you want to call it.
Yeah. When there's a mysterious shadow outside the window. It comes in and they wrap it up in a curtain. And it turns out to be Castiel.
That's our mystery guest?
Yes. He is quickly introduced to the Scooby Gang.
Yep.
And a talking dog.
Yep. This dog is talking.
They wander around, run into a shadow, the Phantom Shadow.
A Phantom Shadow.
Where after he gets away, they go to the room he came out of and they find the lawyer beheaded.
That doesn't sound very logical. That doesn't sound very... Like, he wasn't supposed to be found like that. They really switched stuff up in this one.
Yep. So they decide... Fred makes the dumb decision of splitting up.
No, they shouldn't split up.
But it's hard for Sam and Dean and Castiel to protect them if they're all split up.
Right.
So we end up with the following groups of people.
Yep, we do.
We get Fred, Daphne, and Dean as one group.
One group.
Velma and Sam as another.
Yep.
And then Shaggy, Scooby, and Castiel as
definitely
the last one.
The last one.
And I enjoyed the pairings as somebody who doesn't have much connection to the supernatural characters.
Right.
In your opinion, how do you think the pairings worked out?
I mean, I think the pairings worked really well. I mean, I think they did a good job. I mean, obviously, Dean would try to go with Daphne. I mean, I didn't know how Sam would pan out or, who he would team up with, but I kind of knew with how Castiel is, I kind of knew they probably were going to pair him off with Shaggy and Scooby, so it's like, where do you put Sam? But then putting him with Velma, who they both have the same smarts and everything, Sam is probably just as smart as Velma.
It probably helps that Cassiel is Sam and Dean's talking dog.
It probably does help, doesn't it?
The first group we follow is Velma and Sam.
Yep.
Sam tries to convince Velma that there are real ghosts. He and Dean have saved the world countless times.
Yep, a lot.
Velma, being Velma, doesn't believe him.
Of course not. Why would she believe that?
And while they are searching the attic, they find a chest of toys.
Right.
Which is the only thing not covered in dust. But Sam notices ectoplasm.
Ectoplasm, yep.
The toys then kind of float up after Velma goes off on there's no such thing as real ghosts.
Well, of course. The ghost had to show her it was real. You antagonized it. She's an antagonizer.
She is.
She definitely, with her glasses on.
Hooray for ghost toys.
Yay.
We cut to Fred, Daff, and Dean searching in a library in which Dean points out that there is one book that is not painted into the background of a library.
Right, definitely. That would, what? There's only one reason why it would look like that, because it's a secret passageway. But not the way you would think it's a secret passageway.
It triggers a trapdoor, which I believe was originally the piano trapdoor.
Okay.
Because that's not in this episode at all.
No, it's not, but
sadly.
That is right. That would have been cool to have that and still.
They end up going down a slide. They land in a pile.
Yep.
Dean thinks he's getting cozy up with Daphne when it turns out to be
the ghost.
Yep, the Phantom
Shadow. And he freaks out that it's not Daphne.
We cut to Shaggy, Scooby, and Cassiel sneaking through a hallway when all of a sudden, just out of nowhere, the ghost is behind them.
The ghost is behind them with corny music in the background.
Yep. Which then cues to just a great, fantastic musical chase scene set to the original Scooby-Doo theme song.
Yep. Definitely perfect there.
In which, it covers all of the running around tropes, including specifically the Scooby-Dooby doors.
Yep, the Scooby-Dooby doors. Yeah, kind
of. And where we get a brilliant Easter egg of Scrappy-Doo showing up during that segment, which I think is just kind of perfect.
Perfect. We noticed that was a cool Easter egg to find. It most definitely was.
Basically, they end up kind of trapped in a room. Ghost is ghosting. It tosses Fred off to the side. It picks up Daphne and Velma after it tosses Shaggy out a window.
Yikes.
Sam and Dean pick up some iron candlestick holders.
Yep.
That hurt the ghost. Ghost goes away.
Yep.
Find Shaggy on an external drain pipe.
Just like he was in the original episode.
But he falls. Scooby jumps out the window to try to get him. In which Cassiel jumps out to get Scooby.
Yep.
Slows the fall down.
Right.
But Shaggy still manages to break his arm.
Yeah, you definitely hear that painful crack of the arm. That's definitely the realistic. You definitely hear that and you're like, ooh.
It's at that point where, it's that Dean is convinced that they have to tell them the truth, that they are, not that they are cartoon characters, but that there are real ghosts.
Right.
In which everybody just has an existential breakdown.
They all have a crisis on their hands.
Velma's concerned how everything she knows is a lie. Fred believes he wasted his life because instead of stopping real estate scams, he could have been hunting down Draculas.
And Velma thought she was blind even with her glasses.
Yep. Daphne's convinced she's going to hell. Daphne, what did you do that you feel like you're going to hell?
Well, and Shaggy gets all upset that,
Yeah.
did you guys listen to us?
We
No!
told ya! Like, every time, Scooby, I told ya!
Yep.
But did you listen? No!
No, of course not. They all have their own,
Yep.
like, crisis. Like, they all freak out in their
Yes.
own way. It's like, oh, God.
But
Oh, God.
now it's a matter like, well, they have no methods of fighting ghosts.
No, they do not.
But how convenient was it that the ghost pulled the Impala in? Because in the trunk of the Impala is all of their ghost hunting weapons.
Definitely. All of them.
Sam wants to give
Yep.
Velma a shotgun, which is a Scooby-Dooby-don't.
Scooby-Dooby-don't. Yep, definitely not.
You know, and basically they do what they do best. Fred builds a trap.
Fred builds a trap. He certainly does. Which is a really good trap, by the way. It actually is a...
Yes.
Minus the coconuts, of course.
Yes. Essentially, the trap is essentially what we get in the original episode.
Yep.
Just a couple minor tweaks.
Yep.
It's in a much larger area. All of the entrances to the room, minus one, are lined with salt.
Yep.
Because real ghosts can't penetrate salt.
Nope. They can't penetrate a salt line. Nope. They're stuck in it. Or they're stuck in it, or they're stuck out of it. They can't get in, or they can't get out. So they're stuck, essentially.
You know, then they've got a line of suds leading to a spring-loaded ironing board to launch the ghost into a washing machine that is wrapped in chains.
Yep.
Iron chains.
Iron chains. You need that.
There is an iron chain on the one entrance to the room, not lined with salt, that the ghost will trip over, more or less, which will trigger an axe to cut a rope that will release a net full of coconuts, in which then the ghost will slip into the suds. But they need bait for the trap. And this time it's Shaggy, Scooby, and Castiel who are the bait. In which they manage to not trigger the trap. The ghost does chase them. The ghost does trigger the trap. However, Fred forgot something vitally important about ghosts.
What? What did he forget?
They're intangible. The coconuts go right through the ghost.
They go right to the ghost.
Causing Shaggy, Scooby, and Castiel to trip on the coconuts into the suds. Into the washing machine. Luckily, it was either Sam or Dean who had the foresight of the backfiring, that they had Plan B for Operation Bookworm.
That was Dean. He told Daphne it was Operation Bookworm. So it was Dean.
But was it his idea or was it Sam's idea for the Plan B?
I don't know, but Dean's the one who said it. So let's think it is that. But I don't know. It wasn't mentioned who made the plan. But at least they had a Plan B.
Basically, they end up tricking the ghost into going into the library, standing on the spot where the trap door is. Scooby triggers the trap door, and it drops the ghost into a salt circle. It is there where, you know, Sam and Dean find out that it's just the ghost of a little boy. That his spirit's trapped in a pocket knife his dad gave him. How this big bad man named Jay basically took the pocket knife and was having him cause these troubles because sometimes he gets angry. And, you know, Mystery Inc. is fully prepared to get rid of the ghost.
Yes, they are. Surprising.
And it's like Dean realizes, like, no, we have to fix this because we can't leave these guys like that.
No, they can't.
Convinces the ghost boy to pretend to be the lawyer so they could do the classic Scooby reveals.
Which is very smart on Dean's part to say, hey, we gotta change it up. And they ask the kid for a favor. As you see him come out, he's actually the lawyer. Huh, who would have known? Who would have guessed it?
You know, it's revealed that the fortune Scooby would have gotten is fake money.
It's bogus.
Scooby's not too shaken up about it. Easy come, easy go. You know, they're going back to the malt shop to celebrate. You know, Dean says goodbye to Daphne. Velma kisses Sam.
Should have known Velma was ready. She was prepared, apparently.
It's always the quiet ones.
It's always the quiet ones. Yep. Mm-hmm. Definitely.
You know, Cassiel tells Shaggy and Scooby he thanks them for their wise wisdom.
In the face of fear. What?
Yep.
In danger?
And so they then leave the TV.
Yep.
They destroy the pocket knife, releasing the spirit of the ghost boy.
Yep.
You know, we then go back to the pawn shop where the pawn shop owner is about to sign over his land to Jay. In which we see in the display case a
little Easter
egg.
A
little Easter egg of the mystery machine.
Yeah, that was an awesome find.
Yes, it was. And
Easter egg number 2.
Yes, right before the pawn shop owner is about to finish signing, Sam, Dean, and Cassiel come in with Dean wearing an ascot. Pretty much they lay out that, you know, yeah, you were basically doing a Scooby-Doo-esque real estate scam.
Yep.
But obviously, because we live in a world where there are real ghosts and everything, and yeah, it's probably not going to be able to convict you.
No.
But we were able to look at your tax records and everything.
Yep.
And if it was good enough to book Al Capone, it's good enough for him.
Yep, that's right.
So, you know, Jay gets arrested.
Yep.
He says he would have gotten away with it if it weren't for those meddling kids.
He said the line.
Yeah. We then start fading into a circle, ends on, you know, the circle around Dean's face where he says Scooby-Dooby-Doo.
Yep.
And where we should have been done, it's then pointed out by Sam that he's not a talking dog. It's not a cartoon.
It's not a cartoon. What are you doing?
And that is the end of the episode.
Yes, it definitely is the end of the episode. Oh, man. That was definitely a good one to throw in there. I mean, they did such an amazing job with it. After all these years, they could have they easily did it and got it done. You know, it's just so interesting.
It is. And I will say this.
Mm-hmm.
You know, this being like the only real episode of Supernatural I've ever watched.
Yeah.
Like,
for the moment.
Yes. I have seen like bits and pieces of stuff like one that you've had on when I've come over or.
Right. Yep.
You know, but it's not like those were full episodes or anything.
Right. No, you came in at a different part or halfway through or almost at the end.
That I do think. I think this is a nice if you're a person who knows, you know, at least what I knew about Supernatural.
Yep.
Going in and you're a bit curious as to like what it's like
about or
I think this is a good episode. Like
to start into
it's self-contained.
Right. Yep.
You know, it's Supernatural being a show that ran for 15 seasons on the CW. It's like I don't know how more cohesive other episodes are. Like how, like if it's like, oh, if I miss this episode, this one won't make sense.
Yeah, there is that definitely a thing.
It's like here, it's like it's self-contained. It's like
right. You don't have to watch the series to watch this like, episode.
I don't think episode 15 of season 13
right
set up the giant dinosaur plushie.
It did not set that up. Nope, that's definitely in its own thing. So I think definitely there.
I do think that this is a nice self-contained episode. It's like if you are on the fence of starting this series, you know, try this. Like it's probably very different from a lot of the rest of the series,
right?
But I think it probably still has enough of the same nuances to be a good fit,
right?
It's interesting that this was the Scooby episode they took.
Right. Of the whole series.
Because, you know, the original episode, it didn't have the door sequence. It didn't have
it. Nope, definitely.
You know, it didn't have the musical chase number.
No, it didn't.
Or anything.
Yep. But they made it work. They threw it.
They did.
And it was a perfect fit for this, for the episode.
And it's like, I don't know if there are very many other episodes I could have picked.
Right.
Because, you know, you've got the haunted house, which is just like a classic look, you know, setting. And like this one had actual other people around that could be in danger.
Right. Yep.
Out of all of the 16 episodes of Scooby-Doo that we've watched,
Yep.
for the most part, they're always on their own.
Right.
That I think the only other episode that could have possibly worked, but even then would have had to do a major retooling,
Okay.
is What the Heck's Going On. Because that's the only episode where there isn't, like, another actual, like, person around with them.
Right.
That would have been in actual danger.
Right. Yep.
And yeah, I don't think anything going forward from here would have worked.
No, I don't think so.
As well.
Yep.
And yeah, I think sticking to the original Scooby-Doo Where Are You was probably the
really
best
good.
call.
Yep.
But no, it was a very enjoyable episode.
I definitely agree on that one.
Now that we are done with recording this episode for the podcast,
yep,
I will feel better now starting watching through Supernatural.
Come on that one. You definitely have the right way to watch it.
Yes. Because I was never against watching it.
Right. You just never.
But it's like, okay, I knew I wanted to cover this episode for the podcast.
Right.
And I thought it would be better going in with what I know without more background context.
Right.
Because it's like, who knows? Maybe there are some people that are listening who haven't watched Supernatural and
there might not
are
be.
Curious.
Yep.
Supernatural is a big part of, your fandoms. And
yes, it's definitely a big part of it. I agree.
And yeah, not sure how you got started in on this wild, crazy show.
Oh man, I'm a trooper. I've watched this show since it came out in 2005. Kudos to my father, Mark. He watched the episodes with me, every single one from 2005 up to 2020. We watched every single one of them, whether it was on Monday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday night, Thursday night. It might even been Friday night. It was for a while, it was like every day of the week. For seasons, they were at least on there, but we watched every single show together. And when this season came out, that new season came out, early years, Dad would always buy them, bring them home. And we'd always go to the special features, because as a Supernatural fan, you guys all know that at the end of every season, there's the gag reel. So we watch the gag reel. It's just a whole bunch of bloopers and all that stuff about how they mess up on stuff, but it's funny. We always got a good laugh out of that. It was just, I just loved having that time, and, it's definitely a memory of mine that I, hold dear. I'm sad that that series has ended, but there might be a chance that, they'll come back, but I'm still holding out for that. So,
yeah. Yeah, it's always a shame when our favorite shows end.
Yes, it is definitely a shame. Definitely.
I will say, depending on how it ends, it can be better or worse. Like when
Yep.
it's ending and they're actually able to write a satisfying conclusion.
Yep.
That's a lot better than when it's like in the middle of stuff going on.
Yep.
And it just gets abruptly canceled.
Yeah.
And there's no time to finish out storylines or anything.
Yeah.
So at least that had some benefit to it.
Right. Well, because the interesting thing was the boys actually said that they were going to let us, the fans, know when the series was going to end. And I think it was at around season 13 or 14, they actually came on and actually let us know that after season 15, the show was going to be done. But they just wanted to mention it to us as they promised.
Yeah.
So it was sad to hear that, but, we're glad that they were able to tell us in the way that they did.
Yeah.
So it's kind of kudos to the fans, that they decided to do that and keep on their promise.
Yeah.
So.
So wrapping up with our normal regular stuff. No Scooby snacks for the Scooby snack intake.
No Snoopy. Nope. No Scooby snacks. surprising that there wasn't any Scooby. You thought that maybe you thought. We had the classic
sandwiches,
the double-decker sandwiches.
Yeah.
But no Scooby snack. That doesn't.
Which does seem weird.
It does. But,
oh
well.
We're not going to be adding this version of the Phantom Shadow to the Manifest of Monsters.
No.
Or, this version of the washing machine trap to the trap list. Because one, I'm pretty sure we put the Phantom Shadows at number 1.
Yeah, I think we did. Yep.
So it's like,
it's
I can't go any higher.
No, it can't.
And I don't think this performance lowered it at all.
No, I definitely don't think so. It was very entertaining to see this trap, And
yeah, even so, this trap was what, number 2? 2 or 3? Because it's below the money pit, right?
Yeah.
But above the Better Mousetrap, right?
Yep. That's where we put it.
The trap's at 2, and honestly, this trap is less impressive because there was no way it was gonna ever work.
It wasn't, but good try, guys.
Yeah. So
the iron chain did work though. It burned his stomach, so that part did work. With that, it made the coconuts fall. But honestly, Fred, you should have chose something else. You should have chosen something like iron, or it could have been
the cannonballs from the Better Mousetrap.
Oh, there you go. That would definitely be of assistance. I don't know why they would have picked that, knowing that it's a ghost, and you saw how the iron worked on the ghost from the candles.
Yeah. You would think that in the Impala, Sam or Dean may have had iron ball bearings.
I'm trying to think if they do. I know they have the salt gun the shotguns have salt rounds in them. That could have been, but
that's even if they don't normally carry ball bearings made out of iron or anything,
right.
As a one-off episode, I could see them having it.
Oh, right. They were in the Impala just for the sake of that episode.
Because of the conveniency of cartoons.
Right. Yeah, they could have magically pulled it out of the Impala somehow.
Yeah. So really, the only big real responsibility we have is how many Scooby snacks does this bring to the table of snacks? Which I think it's no different than the original episode. It's definitely it's a 5.
It's definitely a 5.
Because this takes everything that made A Night of Fright Is No Delight perfect.
Yep.
But adds the musical chase scene.
So it definitely brings it up to a 5. And
it adds it uses one of the best songs it could have used.
Right. Yeah. That's definitely not a better one.
Instead of licensing a song for it, or
bringing an old song back.
Yeah, or writing something original for it.
Right.
You took the classic Scooby-Doo theme song.
They couldn't have done it any better than how they did it.
Which, from the early 2000s direct-to-video movies, the ones from 98 to 2001, those always had a musical chase sequence at the beginning with the Scooby theme song.
Right. They had a couple of them. At least one in the beginning, one in the end. They at least had some sort of musical chase scene, which was awesome in that way.
But, I think that just about wraps up this mystery.
I think it does.
So, we will be back next week with back to Scooby-Doo, Where Are You?
Scooby-Doo.
Watching the episode That's Snow Ghost.
That's Snow Ghost. That'll be a good one.
That will. We may have a special surprise for you listeners that time, too. We might have one
for you guys. So
but until then, remember, they would have gotten away with it, too.
If it weren't for those meddling kids.
Scooby-Dooby-Doo!
Oh, man.